Right, and I'm live. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to my watch along of Formula 2 qualifying, the first competitive session of this weekend. We've had free practice for Formula 2, free practice for Formula 1. I don't know actually if we've had any F1 Academy, but I don't follow F1 Academy. I'm sorry. No disrespect to the women in that series. It's just, unfortunately, it doesn't lead to Formula One just yet. It doesn't even lead to Formula 3, which is even a step lower than Formula 2. So, I'm a little disappointed by that. Oh, but no, it's not. There we go. That's better. Okay. I cleaned yesterday, so my camera was not exactly where it should be. But yeah, Formula 2 leads to Formula 1 for the people who might not know. Formula 1 Academy does not, at least not yet. There's hope for me that in the future, F1 Academy will lead to Formula One, or at least one of the other feeder series, F3 or F2. But as of right now, no. So, yeah, it's also a lot to follow, like especially in a weekend where there's like sprints. Um, it's a lot, and I don't really have the time to do all of that. So I already am going to be very busy covering everything F2 and F1 related this weekend, because right now we have qualifying. A little bit later we have sprint qualifying. Tomorrow we have two sprints and Formula One main qualifying, and then of course on Sunday both races. So it's going to be a lot of stuff to cover. But let's actually look at free practice results, because I looked um, for all of 2 seconds and saw that Colton Herta was quickest. Colton Herta, home hero, known from IndyCar. He is also a Cadillac F1 team junior, like upcoming driver. So that's promising for them as a team, for him as a driver, because a lot is expected from Colton Herta. He was doing extremely well in IndyCar, and it's been a very long time since we've actually seen someone from IndyCar come into Formula One. And it's also unfortunate that it's not as easy to do that anymore. Like, it used to be easier, and way back when we actually saw a couple of talented people come from IndyCar into F1 and win races or even a championship. Jacques Villeneuve, uh, almost 30 years. No, was it? Yeah, it was 30 years ago. Like 1996, he made his F1 debut, and then a year later he was champion. And then we had Juan Pablo Montoya as well, who was a race winner and challenging Michael Schumacher for the title in 2003. So it's unfortunate that these days we don't see as many IndyCar drivers make the step over to F1. We do see the other way around, but it's nowadays it's more so like if you are in Formula One for a while and you want to stop because F1 is like you're not as good with Formula One anymore, you go into IndyCar or Le Mans or that kind of stuff. So that's why Colton Herta, having had his time in IndyCar, went to Formula 2 to potentially make the step up to F1. And we'll see if he's able to deliver on his practice form. But, being quickest in practice, it helps, considering there's only one practice, which for Formula 2, that's actually normal. For F1, having only one practice, that's not as normal. But, of course, in F2, you only get the one practice, and then you have to qualify. And you have only half an hour to qualify, so that's not a lot of time now, is it? Anyway, let's see if the stream is available. Yeah, there it is. Have to qualify and watch live. They're probably gonna. Yeah, not yet. Is my where's my audio? I don't know if I have audio on this thing, but I suppose I'll figure that out the moment that things start happening. Either way, let's look at the rest of free practice for F2. Kushmaini was second. Maini, you have been in Formula 2 for way too long. What are you still doing here? Then Laurens van Hoepen, Dutch guy, in third, who's been in F2 for a couple of years. Dino Beganovic in fourth, who's also been there for a while. Thing is, when it comes to Formula 2, I really want to see the people who are in there for the very first time, not who have been there for a while. So Colton Herta is an F2 for the very first time. I really want to see him do well because that's then talent for the future. Same goes for the current championship leader, Nikola Tsolov, who is all the way down in 20th out of 22. That was not a good practice session for Tsolov. Or the second in the championship, Rafa Kamara, who is down in 13th, also not a particularly good practice session earlier. In fairness, Kamara is not that far off of Herta's time. He's only 4/10 off, so 4/10 is definitely recoverable. It's more so that Solov only had 5 laps, and he is 2 seconds down on Herta's time. So Solov definitely had a bad practice session earlier. So that's not the best start to the weekend for him, but we'll see how that goes. But yeah, essentially, I hope Herta can do something. I think he is a big talent coming from IndyCar, and he should be able to do well in this series, considering what he did in IndyCar. But we'll have to wait and see. And then, yeah, it's a lot of people who are already in the sport for more than one season. Meini, Van Hoopem, Beganovic, Goethe, Dirksen, Dunn, Villagomez, Miata, Mini, Montoya, son of Juan Pablo Montoya, who I mentioned earlier. Japubasak, isn't, no, wait, that's someone else. Sorry. So, the truth is, there's only been one Formula 2 weekend, and it's very difficult to base it off of that one weekend in Australia because, of course, Miami is a very different beast than Australia. So, like, if we, also if we look at the standings, it's funny to see that Tsolov not in the points on the Saturday with the sprint race, but he won the feature race, and then Kamara also not in the points, but he was second in the feature race. Van Hoepen was actually one to score points in both the sprint and the feature race last time around. But yeah, when it comes to Formula 2, this is actually an added race to the calendar. This race, Miami, was not on the calendar initially, but because of the fact that Bahrain and Saudi were taken away from the calendar, they decided to add Miami and Canada. So this weekend and the next weekend that there is F1, there will also be F2, which is fun. Especially the next weekend, it's going to be a very busy weekend for me because that's also the weekend that The Mandalorian and Grogu is going to come out. So I'm going to be very busy covering that. And then also Formula 1 and 2 as much as I can. Of course, if I can't make a watch along, too bad. I need to not do that to myself. I want to stay sane and healthy. Because I also think there's a watch along that weekend. Is there a watch along? I need to check this for a moment. Top. Oh no, I'm not going to join for that one. So that helps a little bit that I'm not joining the Top Gun watch along over on a night quote. But other than that, can you imagine if I had done that as well? That would really stretch me out. So yeah, let's see. The thing is, a lot is expected from both Tsolov and Kamara because those were the first and second in Formula 3 last year. And especially Kamara, he won the Formula 3 title by the biggest margin ever, more so like the earliest ever, because he had a full race weekend to go when he won the title in Hungary. And that's even more dominant than when Bortoleto won a couple of years ago, when Bortoleto effectively won the title by getting pole on the Friday, which is funny that is how he won it. But yeah, Kamara won the feature race in Hungary last year, and the entire Italian Grand Prix weekend he could just sit out if he had wanted, but of course he raced. So a lot is expected from Kamara. but he's down in 13th in free practice, so that's not the best. Then Tsolov, of course, second in the championship. He's leading the championship right now in F2, so that's also impressive. Those are definitely two to watch. Van Hoepen actually is up there, let's be fair. Laurens van Hoepen is third in the championship. And where was he in practice? Oh, yeah, he was also third in practice. So third in the championship, third in practice. Is it possible that Van Hoepen is going to be challenging for pole? We'll have to wait and see. But yeah, we are 5 minutes away from qualifying starting here. They haven't started with an intro just yet. I'm kind of just waiting for that, the music and the drivers to pop up and everything. With 5 minutes to go, it should be starting any moment, I feel. To be fair, I don't really watch a lot of Formula 2 qualifying, and if I do, it's mostly after the fact. This is like one of the very, very few rare times that I'm able to watch F2 qualifying live. Because F2 qualifying is confusing to watch, I gotta be honest. The thing is, up until the very, very last run, you have no idea who's going to be on pole because it can be anyone. It's a 30-minute free for all for all the drivers. It's not like Formula One where part of the field gets cut away because they don't make a certain time and you get to Q3 with only 10 drivers. No, in Formula 2, the entire field, all 22 drivers, they go at the end and it's like good luck. So it's also a case of like finding space to actually make your lap, because if you're stuck behind someone, your lap's gone. But then there's also a game of slipstreaming behind someone on the straights if you can get that right. So yeah, Formula 2 qualifying is usually quite chaotic, and therefore I don't really watch it all that much. Also because usually like you also have the reverse grid, the top 10 gets reversed anyway for the sprint race. So for the sprint race, it's number 10 who gets pole position. So then the question becomes like, is it really all that important to qualify and pole yet? Well, yeah, for the feature race, but for the sprint race, it still gets you a good amount of points if you are able to get pole and hold on to that lead. That's that. But yeah, we'll see about that. It is actually the first ever time that Formula 2 is in Miami. Again, this is because of the calendar change that they made. We didn't get Bahrain and Saudi, and that's why they moved these races. Um, they added they removed the two in the Middle East, and then they added two in North America with both Miami and Canada. So I can only talk for this long. How much longer until this qualifying starts? Oh my God, I'm still just waiting for it. This is are we getting something? I think we're getting something. I think we're getting something because the text is not appearing anymore. And oh, there we are. We have our intro. All right. Bogdanovich, Belinsky, Mini, Goethe, Montoya, Boya. Oh, that's fine. Stenshorn, Dunn, Marini, and Kovasak. Fittipaldi, Shields, Verone, Villagomez, Verhoeven, Bennett, and F2. All right, so broadcast has started. I am not going to show the broadcast, obviously. I've got a humongous copyright infringement. And the thing is, I actually made a couple of shorts that were completely banned because I shared a little bit of footage in them. And the unfortunate thing is that my channel, this specific channel, my main channel, is too small to find right claims effectively. So, in my personal opinion, that's some BS. But what are you going to do with it? But yeah, just watch it along with me. I'm just going to react to all of it. If you're here, hello, welcome to the stream. I'm watching along with the F2 qualifying. Sign off in the chat. I have no predictions. I have absolutely no predictions for Formula 2. I have predictions for F1, which, by the way, there's a video about that on my on this channel that I did on Wednesday. If you're interested, please check out that video. I'll probably mention them as well later on when I do my F1 watch alongs. Like, of course, later on I'm going to be live again watching along with sprint qualifying in about 2 hours time. So that's going to be fun. But yeah, we have green light at the end of the pit lane. We've had that for half an hour last week. And all the cars are streaming out. And right now we have a very sunny Miami, which is what you were used to, what you would be used to seeing most of the time, right? All of the time. But there is not just rain predicted for Sunday. No, there is a heavy storm predicted for Sunday, to the point where they are already predicting that the Sunday races may not go at all because there's going to be lightning and it's going to be too dangerous for the helicopter to take off. And we might not at all get any racing Formula 2, Formula 1, which sucks. But what are you going to do, right? So at least we're getting sprints. That is helpful because, of course, both Formula 1 and Formula 2 sprints do hand out points. So that might be the most amount of racing that we're going to get this weekend. So all of a sudden, Saturday has become even more important if Sunday's races are canceled. I hope they're not. Of course, I want the Sunday race to go ahead. But hey, can't control. My God, it's a train of cars. This is like, as I said earlier, Formula 2 qualifying is absolutely chaotic because they just all go right behind one another to set a lap. And I'm just wondering, like, do you have dirty air? They probably do. But it's like, yeah, but we gotta have some as well. Yeah, okay, but dirty air versus slipstream. Campos leads the team standings with 33, followed by Victor with 4 points behind. Motorsport, and RT down at the bottom. Ground sports to not have any points yet. Let's see who's this in the car. It's Kamal on F3 from last year. So they have gone around the lap once. They are going around the lap again without setting a time just yet. I'm still qualifying, so confused. But I decided to watch it because I have nothing else to do on my Friday evening. Actually, I do. I mean, I could have other things to do, but I wanted to be here for F2 qualify. Why not? I figured, you know what? It's at a time that I'm going to be able to do it. And if I wouldn't be streaming it right now, I'd probably be watching it on my TV anyway. So why not stream? Why not put out some content? It's going to be content galore this weekend. All right, so they're coming up on the right now. The first couple of cars still weaving, still generating temperature into the tires. And are they gonna now go for a lap? So Tsolov is the first constable. He is going right now. Over start finish. I gotta say, Tsolov does not really have an authentic English, which is really good for Hungarian, for Hungarian, Bulgarian. I'm not so sure. Anyway, now he's going for two warm-up laps. It's weird to me that they do two warm-up laps when it's super hot. It's like, do you really need to do two laps to warm up? All right. Oh, Mini right behind him went a bit wide. So as of right now, there are five drivers going. Colton Herta, Leon, and Herta. Tsolov has the fastest second sector, not the first. Someone else went faster first sector. Oh, and now he also doesn't have the fastest second sector anymore. So across the line in 141.9. Well, wait, at least he's quicker than his time in the previous section. Kamara is going quickest. Herta goes quickest, but Kamara is faster. Coming across the line now, 140.1. That's more like the practice time that we saw earlier. Because earlier, the quickest time was 140.3. So Kamara is still slightly slower than that, and I will assume that track evolution is going to be a thing. Times are coming in, but Kamara's time is not beaten just yet, and we only have a few more drivers to cross the line to put in their time. Stenchel is second. Minding just went into third. Dunn is quick. Dunn goes second, a tenth off of Kamara's time. Close, but Kamara is still quickest with his 140.4. But I do expect that to be beaten later in the session. Again, because in free practice earlier, they were quicker than this with a 140.3. All right. Interesting to see Rodin. I think it's Rodin in the second and third. All right. Yeah. First runs are over for everyone. So I'm going to assume that everyone is going to dive into the pits and go down later. But yeah, good from Kamara. Nice to see him up there. Let's see, where's Herta anyway? Only done in ninth. So he's not been able to replicate his form from earlier. There's that. He still has another chance later. Let's see, Tsolov. Where did Tsolov end up? Only 19th. He was quicker, by the way, than his time earlier in practice. But then again, his time earlier in practice was terrible. So had to be quicker, right? But only by a few tenths. Like he should be, well, he should be at least a second quicker. I know championship leader. Hey, Verone is new. Also, there's something funny about a guy being from Argentina with the name Verone in Miami. If you know what, I'll give you credit. the thing. I'm not going to mention what I'm referencing, but a guy from Argentina named Ferrone in Miami. Let me know in the chat if you know what I'm referencing. Or in the comments afterwards. All right, so they're improving times again. Tsolov is improving his time, but he's half a second down on Kamara's time after two sectors. So he's not like he's improving, but he's still not up there. So they are. So they it's interesting. Like they go through two warm-up laps, then a flying lap, then a cool-down lap, and then another flying lap. Tsolov improves with 6/10 down on Kamara's time. Mini is ahead of Tsolov. Let's see what the rest is doing. Dunn, who is second, improved his first sector, not his second sector. He has a good final sector. He might go first. He goes up to fourth. Done. Across the line, no. Did not improve in the final sector. Hmm. Doesn't seem like anyone is going anymore. So pretty much everyone did their second pass lap. Okay, Storm is now firing up for another lap. Yegomas, Verone, Bogdanovic, back into the pits. Toya as well. Boya as well. Seems like some people are going again for a third fast lap on these tires. Like, it just seems to me that at some point the best has gone from the tires. Yeah, and then he does not improve after two sectors. Like, why are you even trying that? Like, just go to the pits. Like, we're halfway through the session, so like, you can just go into the pits, bolt on another set of tires, wait for a little bit, and then go again later. At this point, your tires are not going to improve anymore. Leon is improved. We have people went back into the pits. Anything on Twitter um, to Spain. All right, we have 14 minutes left in this session, and it seems like a lot of drivers are now back out onto the track after having been to the pits. A lot of drivers still in the pits, though. Sorry if I'm yawning, but I've been up since 6 a.m. my time, which was almost 13 hours ago. So it was getting a little bit late for me. I did have coffee earlier to try to wake myself up a little bit, but yeah, I'm getting a bit drowsy. Yeah, I still have to do watchalong from one another, but I'll be here. Also, because let's be fair, um, a Formula Two qualifying session, especially with these like lulls of them all going back into the pits, is just a little bit boring. And I'm waiting for it all to kick off for them all to go out again, but that's going to be a little while until they do that. We're around Argentina, Miami. If you know what I'm referencing, comment. It would be nice to have an Argentine Grand Prix on the calendar. We used to race there way back. Like I never even saw that. thing though is that unfortunately Colapinto, after his stint at Williams, has not produced as much in F1 anymore. Um, and the thing is, like, the Argentine fans are extremely loyal to their athletes. So Colapinto is a very popular athlete um, in Argentina, so that makes sense. But it would be nice for, well, first of all, him to do better. Second of all, to get an Argentine Grand Prix, something around Buenos Aires, because I'd love to go back to Argentina. I actually spent an exchange year there in 2011-12 instead of like it was right after my high school. So I lived there. People are great, country's nice, and it would be great to have a race there. I think. And as I said, like they love their athletes. They really support Colorado. So if Veron is able to, do something, then they will support him too. No doubt. All right, back on track. Herta is out. Herta is looking to do something. Is hero has to perform, right? Less than 10 minutes to go. Let's see if Herta is able to do something. Oh, only just burned. I gotta say, I don't exactly remember what happened with Dunn at the last race, but apparently he has a five-place grid penalty for the feature race. So, so, if anything, Dunn should just go for like 10th position then. Like, put in a lap that gets you reverse grid pole for the sprint tomorrow, score points there, and don't even bother with the feature race because who cares? Especially because the feature race might be canceled anyway. Young, you should 100% lock into 10. Like you should win. You should try to win the sprint, not the feature. Like I know that no one ever thinks that. Racing drivers don't ever think like that, but I think considering the circumstances, that would be something that he should look into. Like you need to maximize your points, right? Such is the situation. Are they going now? I think they are. Okay, yeah. They are clocking the Ganovich time. It's always a giveaway. If they actually have the time running for a driver, you know that they're pushing. At least most of the time, not always. But let's see if Bogdanovich is able to improve in this first sector. He is. He's quickest by almost a tenth and a half. Tsolov is improving as well. But Tsolov is still off the pace. That's your championship leader not doing as well as you should. Oh, Bogdanovich's first sector time is beaten by someone. Tsolov is actually quicker than Kamara's times. That's commendable. Bogdanovich is not. Bogdanovich lost time in the second sector. Quite a lot. Bogdanovich dropped 2.5 tenths in the second sector. And he's improving. Let's see, Tsolov over the line. First. Okay, that's a good lap from Tsolov. Again, if it's only second, Verone goes quickest. Mini quickest. Von Hooper third. See, that's moving. That's really moving. Dunn is quick. Dirksen third. Miney goes quickest by 2/10. That's huge. Then Shorn only second by half a tenth. Dunn only third. He lost a lot of time in the last sector. Kamara's going quick. Eyes on Kamara. Second. Only second. 300ths off of Miney's time. Ooh, Miney went quick. Goethe. No, eighth. Tsolov currently on reverse grip pole. All right, so we have one more set of runs to go. I don't think anyone is going to be pitting. I think everyone is on their final set of tires that they're going to be running qualifying on. So it's a cool down lap, and then it's one more push lap. Kumar is in a good position right now. Also, let's remember that as the feature race done is going to drop back. So right now he's fourth. That means he would start ninth in the feature race, and the reverse grid will start in seventh. Again, Dunn should not qualify that high up. Dunn should be like, you know what, I'm done for today. Everyone can improve above me and get a good, like, just get a good starting position for sprint. I know it sounds weird. I know that drivers are not set like that. They would always push to go for the fastest lap. But seriously, given everything that's going on this weekend, Dunn should focus on getting a good position for sprint and not for the main race. Had a big lockup in the final corner or the final braking zone of the lap, and that kind of messed things up. Oh, Dunn also big lockup in that corner. Okay, Miney has hit it. Miney is calling it. He's like, this is good. This is fine. He is also, oh no, wait, I was about to say something like that. The top three is under the 140 mark. So that indicates Mighty's time was actually half a second quicker than what they did in practice. The question is it enough? Because of course, oh my God, Herta had a lot of moments in his final lap. He's gonna really, really have to improve something. Oh, that's an engine blowing up. Shorn's car has blown up. This is going to be a red flag, and they're not going to be able to continue the session. So this is it. I think there's no way that they're going to be able to continue the session from here on because there's less than a minute left, and yeah, there's no way. Okay, that session. Rainey gets pole. Mara starts second, and Tsolov gets reverse red pole for tomorrow. Uh, that's a bit of an anticlimax because you like I was kind of waiting for another run, but yeah, but it's why you need to be quick every single time. All right, that's your session. Someone knocking, or is that just I'm really not sure. Right. Oh, that's your Formula Two qualifying done. Riney gets pole. A little bit lucky, but hey, you got to be there when it matters. He was there. Kamara in second. That's good for him. Considering he's also second in the championship. His rival, Orlov, leader of the championship, is only 10th, but he will get to reverse for the pole tomorrow for sprint. Dunn will start ninth on Sunday. Now, the order is gone. That's unfortunate. We just had the order. Like that. Uh, yeah, I'm just gonna have this up. So Stenshorn starts third. That's good for him. Yeah, Dunn ninth for the feature race. Promotes Mini to fourth. Verone to fifth. Which, by the way, Verone on his first outing um, in a Formula Two qualifying session. That's very impressive. I will once again say, a guy named Verone from Argentina in Miami. If you get that, let me know in the comments. Dirksen will promote up to sixth. Goethe will promote up to eighth. Then we'll have done then Van Hoepen in ninth and Tsolov to round up the top 10. Yeah, home hero Herta is all the way down in 14th. Did not have a good lap on the final run and was probably looking to improve, but then the yellow flag happened and you can't improve anymore. So that's gonna be difficult for him to get back up to it. Also considering he's not taking advantage of any kind of reverse grids at any point. But hey, Formula Two has had a lot happen over the past couple of years. So, and of course, it's a question what will happen on Sunday with the race if we're racing, and if we're racing, is there going to be rain? Because if there's rain, that just messes everything up. So, yeah, I think that's about all I can say in regards to Formula Two. A little bit of an anticlimax because of the yellow flag at the end, but still, it is looking to be an interesting sprint race tomorrow for sure. And then let's hope we can get a feature race on Sunday because as of right now, it's very much up in the air. So we'll see about that. But I will be live again tomorrow for Formula Two Sprint. I'm going to do a watch along for that. I'm going to do a watch along for the feature race on Sunday. So join me for that. Join me for Formula One as well. In let's see, an hour and a half time, we have sprint qualifying. I will be live again in an hour and 10 minutes. So join me right here on this channel. Subscribe to it if you want to see me react to Formula One, Formula Two, Formula Three, that kind of stuff. Leave a like on the stream. And if you're watching this on the replay, please leave a comment. Uh, Let me know if you get my reference. I've been saying it a lot. I'm not going to say it again. I think you know it by now. Thank you for everyone who joined me during. And I will see you in a little bit for Formula One sprint qualifying. Until then, take care.